A massive new research review has just arrived and has mapped out the frontiers of SCI repair, and it reads like a roadmap for the next decade. Today, I'm going to give you the quick tour of the paper and the top 5 of the 8 frontiers in SCI research in the paper, what they are and why they matter. And later this week, I'll upload a full deep dive on the whole paper. Today marks the 26th year since I suffered a spinal injury. Being paralyzed from C4 to 5 down has been no easy road, as I'm sure many of you know. I had given up all ideas of seeing my independence return, but over the last few years, I've seen such a change of pace and a slow convergence of many technologies and science that my hope has never been higher that my independence is on the way. Okay, let's go. Frontier number 1, neuromodulation and neurostimulation. This is spinal cord stimulation, transcutaneous stimulation on the skin, deep brain stimulation, magnetic brain and spinal stimulation, even focused ultrasound and brain-computer interfaces. In human trials, epidural and transcutaneous spinal stimulation have already helped people stand, step with support, improve hand function, stabilize blood pressure, and sometimes bladder function, especially when combined with rehab. Deep brain and magnetic stimulation are being used to boost the brain's drive to the spinal cord, and early brain-computer interface work lets people use their thoughts to trigger stimulation and exoskeletons. No cure yet, but real, measurable gains in real people. Okay, on to frontier number 2, the high-tech rehabilitation. Because if you've been injured 26 years like me and a cure comes along, you know you're gonna need this. Here we are talking about robotic gait trainers, overground exoskeletons, and carefully structured training programs stacked with stimulation, with breathing interventions, or with smart pharmacology. When you stack the right therapies, people with incomplete injuries can walk faster, further, and more safely than with old-school physio alone. The message is clear. Rehab isn't just aftercare anymore. It's an active technology and a key part of any serious repair strategy. At frontier number 3 is smarter surgery and nerve rerouting. Early decompression of the cord and even opening the dura to give the swollen cord space are being refined and tested in large trials. At the same time, peripheral nerve transfers and nerve bypass surgeries are letting surgeons reroute working nerves above the injury into paralyzed muscles below. For some people, myself included, that has meant new hand function or better bladder control, years after injury. These are not theories, they're procedures already being done in specialized centers. At frontier number 4 is the cure we've all been sold on at one time or another, cell therapies. This is where most people's minds go first when thinking of a cure, but in reality, it's only one piece of the cure puzzle. We're talking about mesenchymal stem cells, neural progenitor cells, Schwann cells, olfactory and sheathing cells, and more, delivered into or around the cord. Multiple phase 1 and phase 2 trials have shown that these approaches are generally safe and can produce modest but real improvements in motor scores, sensation, spasticity, pain, or bladder function in subsets of patients. The really exciting direction now is engineering these cells and combining them with scaffolds and growth factors to push them toward the most helpful roles. And at frontier number 5, we have biomaterials, scaffolds, and smart drugs. Engineers are building hydrogels and 3D printed scaffolds that sit in the lesion, guide axons across, and slowly release drugs or exosomes to calm inflammation and support growth. Some of these scaffolds, loaded with a patient's own cells, have already been implanted in complete SCI patients, with early reports of regained sensation or partial walking in a few cases. On the drug side, we're seeing molecules that protect mitochondria, stabilize the blood-spinal cord barrier, block growth inhibitors like Nogo, and even gene therapies that flip on regenerative programs inside neurons. Most of these are still in animal or early human studies, but they're moving steadily forward. And the real frontier? It's not any single one of these, it's integration. The future is almost certainly going to be personalized combinations. Stimulation plus rehab, plus cells, plus scaffolds, plus smart drugs, timed and tuned to each person's injury. This new Frontiers paper doesn't give us a magic cure, but it does give us a clear message. The era of nothing can be done is over. The spinal cord is no longer a terminal organ. It's a complex system we're finally learning to engineer. Later this week, I'll upload a full in-depth video where I break down each of the full 8 frontiers, what's already in human trials, what's still in animals, and what it all means for people living with chronic SCI.